right now. It's happening. You're alive.
Hello. I'm alive. How about you?
I'm alive. There should be a song.
There should be a song. We'll have to write our own song.
I don't know if you can see, but we're twinning today.
Yeah, and I'm sitting a little too close to you.
I know. Cuddle up.
I don't want to cuddle up with you. You might be diseased. I'm relying on you not to go around people who are not healthy.
It's true.
Because you're the only one I'm going around. So if I get sick,
it's my fault.
It's your fault. I have my cup.
I have my cup too.
Is there anybody out there?
Not yet. There's one person watching, but I think it's us. I think we're watching ourselves.
That's pretty sad.
I mean, we're somebody. We mean something to somebody.
Yeah, but I already know what I know in my brain. I'm wanting to share it.
Oh, you want actually people to be
I want people to be here so I can share what I know because they might find it helpful.
Maybe in another world. So what's new? What have you been up to?
I've been reading more this week. I've been studying. I've been learning some things that are hard to learn for me, and I think that's helpful. I've been understanding my depression during this COVID. Yeah, a lot of things. My house is not clean. I'm still eating, but other than that, things are good. Right. I'm here. I've survived all these days since the last time, and I'm here with you. So I've got to remember that I'm thankful that I have this day. Even if we didn't have the corona, I should be happy that I had this day because no day is ever promised to you. We're just trying to find out if we can reduce some risk for some people so they have more of an option to have another day. So,
true story.
Yes. Anybody listening to us now?
No, just us. But they'll come eventually. Oh, sorry about that.
Or did they leave?
I got an email.
Oh.
I can't figure out how to change that setting in my computer.
Okay. I thought she could do everything. I'm a little disappointed.
It's true.
Because I found
my one fault.
I don't know this technical world, so I have to call Sherri and ask her what's going on. Then she has to bring me up to date. Doesn't mean I'm a dumb person. I just don't know that technology. Well, maybe I am a dumb person. I don't know.
I mean, you said it.
Why have I stayed with you? How many years now?
8.
I've been with her for 8 years.
Mm-hmm.
Jeez.
You had your chance.
No wonder I'm
run,
depressed.
You stayed.
Yeah, everybody. No, Jan and I are the only ones here of the original group.
Jan is our fiscal director.
Yeah, Jan's our fiscal director. She's been here a year longer than I have.
So she's 21 years, yeah, and you're 20.
I think I'm starting on my 21st, and she started her 22nd.
Maybe I can't count it.
Yeah, it's a long time.
I mean, it's more than half your life. You've been here since you're 39 3/8.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that. I like the way you do that. You got a brownie point today.
Yes.
So,
you hear that? Are you going to ask me how I'm doing? Well, Rosemary, I'm doing really well, thank you. It's been an exciting week.
Oh, I know that your daughter graduated.
Yes.
She has children that young. She has a daughter that graduated from the 6th grade.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's a biggie for kids.
It is a biggie. And it's been extra emotional because of the whole not being able to have closure. But we did a reverse parade today. It was really special.
There really is no such thing as closure. You should look that up sometimes. It's an interesting word.
That is interesting.
Mm-hmm. So, yep, but she's going up to the big 7th grade.
She's going to be a junior higher.
You know, I used to say that, and I still do, that when the kids went to the 7th grade, that's when I wanted to take a 2-year vacation. I wanted to run away from home. Seems like we had tumultuous 7th, 8th grade years in my family. So I was just ready to go to the Caribbean and let them stay there with their dad.
You know, we're gonna break through this whole 7th grade shenanigan, and we're just gonna have fun with it.
Yep.
I'm gonna claim it as I can't wait for 7th grade to hit.
All you older people, that's okay. She'll learn.
It's going to build character. As my dad used to say, it's going to put hair on my chest.
It will put hair on your chest. No, I can't say all 7th grade wasn't good, but I think that's when you see more emotions popping up and those type things. They're getting a little bit more independent. Well, my theory is, and I think it will be done, I really do, many years down the road, that parents will more and more use a psychologist to deal with their kids, because it gives their kids somebody to talk to that can really understand what their problem is, because they know their mother doesn't. So I think it's helpful.
I believe in a good counselor.
Yeah, I think in a counselor, whether it's a psychiatrist or a psychologist, I really do. I think that kids need an outlet besides their mixed up friends, or tell them what's going on, or their mixed up mom and dad. Because there are some kids that have got it together and their mom and dad don't, so they don't have any outlet, and they're really at risk. A lot of us try real hard, but trying is better than nothing at all. But you have some mom and dads that don't try, and those kids, some of them, it's marvelous that they can break through. But I think in the future we will have some kind of counseling for kids. I wish we already did.
We do.
Yeah, but it's not wide based. It's not wide based. I want all kids to have that. Just like I think after this coronavirus, they want things to go back normal. I hope they don't go back normal. I hope that we realize the importance of insurance for everybody. I don't know how that will be. I'm not saying Medicaid for all, but something has to happen, because a child should not have to go to bed at night with an ear infection and hurt because mom and dad don't have insurance, whatever the reason be. That should not have to happen. If you believe in a Lord at all, or Buddha or whatever, I don't think they plan for that to happen.
Plan for what to happen?
A child have to go to bed with an earache.
Oh man, going to bed with an earache. My Sammy just had a swimmer's ear, and it was horrific.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, I always use ears because my middle daughter always had ear infections, and she is just getting over. She thought it was the ear infection. She had mastoiditis, and it was so painful, extremely painful. So I think about these little kids, because they don't have insurance, because they can't get to a doctor, or if they can get to, they got to wait a couple of months. And the little kid goes to bed with an earache every night.
Yeah.
To me, that's unacceptable. Totally unacceptable. It's totally unacceptable, I think, right now that we are losing so many Black people because they don't have insurance. The same amount of attention is not paid to folks with other colors. And to me, that's not acceptable.
It's true.
And it's been that way for as long as I can remember. And I've been here 39 3/8 million years. So I've seen that. So it's just not acceptable the way we used to do things. So I hope that maybe our conscience will wake up and realize that we all should have some basic things. So without having to pay $1,000 insurance premium a month to get it done.
True story.
Yeah.
And you're on a soapbox today.
I am on a soapbox today, yeah. Because I guess I heard this man was talking about going back to normal. And he said, I don't want to go back to normal. Think what we've learned what normal is in our society. And it's kind of scary what normal is. I'm very appreciative that I have insurance. I was very appreciative when my kids were growing up that we had very good insurance. But I was also a nurse, and I realized that some people did not have insurance. Mm-hmm. And that's kind of scary. Anybody watching us yet?
There's one person watching us.
I bet you that's Judy.
We had 3, and then they left.
I bored them.
Your soapbox.
My soapbox bored them.
We got to move on. We
Okay.
got to
Couple of
liven up the party.
We're
We got to
gonna
dance.
liven up
Let's
the
dance,
party.
Rosemary. That'll get them on.
That's about it I can do.
That's the lamest dance I've ever seen.
I've never danced in my life.
Are you kidding?
No, I wouldn't tell you an untruth.
Girlfriend, last night, my daughter Shaylee, my 9-year-old, we had a dance party with a disco ball.
Oh my goodness.
And boas.
Uh-huh.
Girlfriend, you gotta have a dance party every now and then.
No, never had a dance party.
We're gonna have one.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Okay.
We're gonna have one, and it should be on YouTube.
Oh no. I'll let you do some things too, but you're not gonna put me on YouTube.
Oh, you said you'd never be on YouTube to begin with, so.
Well, that's true. Okay.
We're here, and now we're gonna have a dance party.
I hope we have some people listening because I do have some good things.
Preach it, sister.
Number one, I want to go back. I heard something, or I read something. Somebody sent this to me about older people washing their hands because it was just stripping the oils out of their hands, and if they had little cuts, they could get corona in there and all this. Well, it's still important to wash your hands, regardless if you're 1 or 110. What you can do, you use lotion that's from a jar, not the pump lotion, moisturizer, the moisturizer.
From a jar?
Yeah, the round jar, solid moisturizer.
Oh, moisturizer.
Moisturizer.
Okay.
You take the solid moisturizer and you put that on your hands at night and in the morning, but no flavors in it, no flavors, and that re-moisturizes their hands. But it's important that you keep off the germs off your hands. The simplest way to do it equals the same thing, except it's less expensive. You can use Vaseline, petroleum jelly.
Oh.
It does the same thing. So at night, when if you're dealing with someone who has cognitive disabilities, you take just petroleum and just roll all over their hands, up in their arms, because this part of their arms, gets has a problem. So you go into there, put it all over your hands, and you can also put that on the feet, but you better put some socks on so you don't want them falling down if you have wood floors. But they still need to wash their hands. But yes, we definitely need to get the moisturizer back in there. So remember, don't use a liquid moisturizer like a lotion because it's not as helpful. Use one from a jar that has more consistency to it, or just use plain old petroleum jelly because it's been around for years and years and years. So that's a good one. Number two.
We're ready. Bring it, Rosemary.
Okay.
You should see these notes. I mean, this woman. We're gonna be here all day. Hopefully, you have a cup of tea or a beer or something. Because
never drank a beer in my life. I just tell you, she's trying to corrupt
She's
me.
never been to a dance party, and she's
I don't
never
drink
had a beer.
And I don't drink alcohol. I had never had any wine until you corrupted me at that meeting we had when you had those mimosas.
Oh.
Remember that?
Mimosas.
Mimosas. So yeah, those things in orange juice.
Yeah. Did you like it?
It didn't taste any different to me than anything else. I thought it was orange juice.
Well, maybe that's why you were nice to me that day.
It could have been. I was nice to you there. But anyway.
Okay.
It's just because. All right, here we go.
Okay, go.
This is going to be on weighted blankets.
Oh, yeah. I've heard about these. Do you like them?
Well, I have some neuropathy in my feet. So it's a little difficult for me to get me covered up, but I can't cover my feet up because of the neuropathy. But you can do it. It works. We deal with a little bit of anxiety running to our family, and they do help.
Really?
Do your kids have them?
No.
Okay, then you need to go out and get the kids their blankets. It has been proven now. This has been proven since about 2008 that the gentle pressure of the blanket on your skin produces serotonin in the brain.
I'm disappointed you haven't bought me one yet.
Well, they're expensive. Good Lord. Someone had to give me one. What do you mean?
As your boss, having to deal with you to reduce my anxiety.
You think I'd give you a blanket?
You think she would have given me
so anyway,
a blanket?
It is okay to use with elderly people. I thought about this on my own before I even read this article. I saw this article and printed it off, and I had already been thinking about that. And see, if I had said it earlier, I could have been original, but I didn't. But anyway, I had been thinking for a long time, people who have trouble with anxiety, and particularly at night, you need to get them that compression blanket. Of course, you wouldn't want to use it if they've had a recent surgery or they have some kind of circulatory problem. You would know. Wouldn't want to use it then, but you need to get and try. You can get two types. You can get the one you use at night, the blanket, the weighted blanket. You can also get one, and it's more like a lap blanket. And it's only like 2 to 5 pounds. And they found that when people are getting restless in the day, if you can get them to a chair and put this weighted blanket on them and give them something to hold in their hands, that you can reduce, and it's been shown, you can reduce the anxiety by pushing out a little serotonin. Serotonin is what you get when you take an antidepressant, like Zoloft and Prozac, things like that. This has been true. So I really would like for some people to try it whose loved ones have a hard time sleeping at night. You can go to any of the sites, Amazon or whoever, and it will tell you what weight to get.
Yeah.
It's 10% of your weight, I think, plus 1 to 2 pounds. But I don't like to, you just look it up. That's what you get. And my daughter has one. In fact, she will not go anywhere if she doesn't have her blanket. And a lot of people who have depression or trouble sleeping, this ends that trouble. So I challenge you, for yourself or for your loved one, buy a weighted blanket.
We aren't getting paid for your advertisement.
Well, no, because I didn't even buy one. I had one given to me. I don't even know. I know they cost somewhere between $70 and $100.
Some weighted blanket company should sponsor us.
Yes, they should. Because I thought of this before I even read that it was suggested. And I'm thinking, why didn't I say that earlier? I was at work. I remember when I was thinking about that. We were down at Town Center. And I thought, I wondered if a weighted blanket would help some of our men and women that are having problems with agitation or restlessness.
I just got Justin hot off the press. The person who's watching us is Carol. And she just texted and said that she had a brain injury and she uses one every night and it helps her.
It does help you. Good. Thank you, Carol.
So there are two people in this world.
Yeah. I think I would like it, but I really have to be so careful of my feet. But I know some people who really like them. So if you have a loved one, try it. I mean, it's cheaper than medication, safer than medication. So give it a try.
Yeah, but if you need medication, that's okay too.
If you have to have medication, that's all right. I'm not an anti-person.
Anti-medication.
I'm not. What am I not?
You're not an anti-medication person.
Whatever she said, that's what I'm not. So that's what I am. Did I confuse you? See, you can confuse you. You need talk long enough.
You need a mimosa.
So anyway,
I
challenge you.
I'm gonna okay.
For kids, I think you'll be surprised how good it would be.
I'm gonna buy my kids weighted blankets.
But it also means anytime you go on vacation, you have to take this weighted blanket with you. They are a little heavy.
40-pound weighted blanket.
My daughter gave me one. I think she gave me one for Christmas.
I almost got my mom one for Mother's Day.
That would have been nice.
And then I didn't because I thought she'd think I was weird.
Well, no, you had been concerned about her, and you had been up there doing the newest thing. See? Let's tell you.
Next time. Her birthday.
It's a challenge to keep her going here, people. So, okay, the other thing I wanted to talk about, and I don't know if I talked about this before, is using those, you can get from Amazon or any site, those square lanyards. Is that the word? You know, when you go on a cruise, they put it around your neck.
Yeah, we talked about that. I think it's like episode 4.
We're going to talk about it again. You're going to get a piece of paper and stick inside. The lanyard's about this. And you go right on the back and the front. You're going to clip it on the person and say, "Do not remove." And it gives them their name and their nickname.
If they go to the hospital.
If they go to the hospital, or if they just end up in the emergency room.
Okay.
It gives them a name to be called instead of whoever. You put on their drugs they're allergic to or can't take. You know, being allergic to something and can't take it are two different things. So anyway, put those drugs that they cannot take on there. Put their blood type, if you know it. Then you put their diagnosis and their doctor's name and number. And you put a family members that might be helping them, their name they're called, and their telephone number. And then you put down any pertinent information. because it has cognition problems, doesn't sleep well at night. What calms them down, if it's food or music. Anyway, put that on there. Anything else that you can think that would be helpful, and stick it on with that little. It has a little sticky thing, or not sticky, a little grabber, and put it on there and say, "Do not remove." So I got that from Jonah. Jonah is an art. Jonna. I'm sorry, Jonna. I knew she'd correct me. But anyway, it helps. It's a big help. She's the one that sent that to me. She saw it on a nursing site, and I think that's one of the best I've seen.
Well, so here's the problem. The hospitals are a little bit overrun, and you're not allowed to be with them as their advocate and family caregiver. So this is your way of being able to communicate with the hospital what your loved one's needs are.
Yeah, I really like it.
So it really is a genius idea. And we have had, we have seen our family members have problems with their loved one being in the hospital during this time.
Yeah, it's a scary time.
Yeah, so have it prepared, even if you aren't thinking you're going to need to do the hospital or go to the emergency room.
You could sit on there, have a DNR. Do not want to be incubated. Whatever specific things that you want them to really see, to go make them look for another piece of paper. So, okay.
Got it. Okay, number 3. What have you got?
1, 2. Oh, I do want to remind you of the Gorilla Pads. Talk with a lady who comes to Serine, and she says, since you start,
what is happening to you?
Because I read that in a website that called us our old name, Serine, on there.
She just called us Serine. It's been 7 years we've been to Oakwood,
and people are still calling us that. You have some work to do.
I'll get on that.
Anyway, she's been at Oakwood at the Red Mountain site, and yeah.
So the Gorilla Pads.
Yeah,
that's what we're talking about.
That's the Gorilla Pad lady. But she told me that since she started using the Gorilla Pad, she has not had a soaked bed the next morning. So that's really saved them a lot, because you have to get up in the middle of the night and change your bed 2 or 3 times. And our people do have to change your beds 2 and 3 times. Yeah, it's really a nice one to use. So I just wanted to be, I don't get any money back from my Gorilla Pad,
but we should.
But we should. And it does have, I don't even think they're advertised specifically for people who have those type problems, but they're good. Go for them. You'll like them.
Okay.
Now, what are you in here?
I don't know. I'm nervous with all these notes.
You should be. Okay. Just before I came here, I was accidentally, and it always happens to me, watching something on the news. And I was listening to this doctor, and I really liked him. I didn't have any paper. I was eating my sandwich, and I had a paper plate. So I grabbed a pen and wrote his name down on the paper plate. So later on, I wrote his name down here. He has been director of diseases, infectious diseases, even more than that, for 45 years at in Minnesota.
In Minnesota.
Yeah. All you have to do is, somebody came on or probably left. His name is Dr. Austerholm. Osterholm. As I said, he's done this for 45 years. If you read anything about people who work in to do with vaccines or epidemiology, or they do with microbiology, they're usually very dedicated people, and they do it all their life. They'll work on something, never find what they're wanting in their whole entire life. But on the way to that search, they have found so many other things. So these are people who have a passion. And that's why they never really quit working. Their passion is there, and they just work it all their life. But he had so many things to say, spot on things. If you're a scientific person, if you don't bother to look things up and see who's saying what, then you probably aren't a very scientific person. And this may not mean that much to you, but you should go and listen to him. He's got some good things to tell us. He was saying one thing that Of course, he's scientific and he's really concerned about what's going on right now because we're not, to get where we wouldn't be infecting that many people, we'd have to have like 70-80% of people having it. We're not even there yet. So he really believes that in this late summer, I was talking to her about this earlier. Another day I was telling you this, remember? And this is before I heard him, that there will be another occurrence.
Yeah.
And we're not ready for that.
Yeah.
Life is not going to be the same at all. So it's scary to me. Right now, their biggest problem is in Alabama. They've been open for a while, and Montgomery is getting to the point that they're starting to get critical shorts of beds. Mm-hmm. And there's a lot of people who don't have good health care in the state of Alabama. But he's very good. He's very good to listen to. And then, since our restaurants are opening up, I wondered when we would hear this. There's a guy who was the head of restaurants and blah, blah, blah. He's asking the government for money because restaurants can't open at if they have 30 seats and open for 15. They can't do this and make money.
Right.
So how long they're going to stay open is going to be iffy. Also, these expensive dishes people are fixing, you can't afford it. They can't afford it. Why do bars make so much money?
Why? Because they're packed.
Saturday and Sunday, they're packed with people, and that's why they get those little hors d'oeuvre things half off, is because they buy the liquor, and liquor is high. So they can't pack them in. But the desire to pack them in is getting very, very close. So you just need to watch who you're listening to, what their qualifications be telling you this stuff are.
Yeah, there's a lot of information.
There's a lot of information. I didn't, until Sherri's the one that got me on Facebook, I didn't realize how vampant it was on Facebook. That when I see something, somebody tells me something, I have to go look it up. I have to check it out. Who is that person? What do they have knowledge-wise to be telling? What do they know that I don't know that I should know? And do they have the education and resources to be telling me that? And if they don't, I don't listen to them. I'm going to go on another site and look it out. So it's hard for me on Facebook because I'm having to look up all these guys and women, and
you're not sleeping. She's just going down the rabbit hole.
I think that may be one of my problems, is because I'm not going to bed quite late and spending a lot of time looking things up. I don't want people to be taken by things. And they're not taken because they're stupid. They're taken because they really believe it. But don't take anybody. Don't even take me. Don't take Sherri.
I mean, there's nothing legit.
You look it up. You go to lots of different websites and you look things up, and then you will find out what it is you need to know. And when you do that, like there's one man that's saying, to cure it, all you have to do is drink tonic water and take a vitamin. And I said, wait a minute. For what I know, something does not sound right. So I looked it up. Come to find out, tonic water has quinine. I think it's called quinine in it. Anyway, whatever little druggy thing is in tonic water. I said, okay. I looked up tonic water, and I said, what is in tonic water that people would want to take to not have COVID? Found the site. The medication, to have a medication level of that quinine in tonic water for a therapeutic dose, and they don't even know if that helps with anything, you would have to drink 6, or is it 28?
It's a lot.
6, a lot. 8. You would have to take 8 bottles every 8 hours.
Every 8 hours.
Around the clock to get barely as. Well, by then you would have major kidney problems. I don't need bladder problems, kidney problems.
Yeah.
But so that's what he was telling. So my little bit of intelligence tells me that's not going anywhere. So you have to really believe. So what else?
I don't know. You're running this show. I'm just your measly sidekick. I'm not even on a mug. You're the one that's on the mug.
Oh, I am on the bug. See,
So what else?
I think she was a bunch of putting on the bug.
What
other
else you
thing
got?
is how much time do I have to do with this?
5 seconds.
Really?
Yes.
Really? I've talked that much already? I haven't said anything?
Yeah.
Okay, here's what we're going to talk about next week. I would like to talk to you about vaccines. Do you know how many vaccines there are? Or how many different types of vaccines are there? 1, 2, 3, or 4? What?
I don't know.
See, people don't know. So when they say they're getting a vaccine, you probably think about they're getting a vaccine like when you got a vaccine for, let's say, the flu that you get every year.
Right.
There's 3 different types of vaccine. One is a traditional, when they kill the virus down to just a little bit and they make it inactive and they give you a shot, like the flu shot. That's called the traditional way to make vaccines. The second way you make a vaccine is called a protein base. They go in and they take a protein off of the surface of the virus and they make a vaccine out of it. The third way, which they're working on right now, the first one, traditional, can take 10 years to get it done.
Wow.
So this is why people are saying alarmed that have any scientific ability, that it takes a long time. You fail many, 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 many times. Of all the vaccines that come out, 6 might make it to the FDA to be approved.
Wow.
And this is all over the world, so that's a lot. The third way, and this is what they're going to be doing for the current vaccine, it looks like they're going to be doing, it's never been done again. So to make you aware, you're on the cusp of something that's never been done before. It's exciting. They are taking a gene from the virus and they're going to be putting it in so that we'll react to that slice of gene and our immune system will recognize it, and that's what's going to kill the virus.
So how long does it take to develop that?
Well, because everybody in the whole world is working on this, that's why they think we may get something. Now, if you remember, there was a picture of the lady in Seattle getting that shot. Okay, she was in, I think it's called phase 1, and they're hurrying along these a little bit. She got the first one, so we're waiting to see what side effects she has. And then the second one that they'll do is they'll have a placebo group, and they'll have the people who get the vaccine. And once they can see that the vaccine is really working, then the placebo people will get it first. So a lot of people want to do that so they can get the vaccine first. So it's I think it's exciting in our lifetime that we will have finally, they will be doing something with the gene of the virus.
That's cool.
You don't act like it's cool.
It is cool.
It is. It's really something. But I have a long talk about that. I'd like to give it to you. I want you to be aware when they say that, how hard it is to do these things. The traditional way took so long because they had to grow the virus in chicken eggs. So when you go to take the vaccine for the flu, they asked you have to sign that you're not allergic to chicken eggs. That's why. Because they have to put them in the chicken eggs. Well, with this new virus, they have to get that and put that horrible vaccine in all those chicken eggs. And since there's nothing we can do for it, that's a big undertaking to grow that much virus to get it out to people. It's almost, it would take so long.
Yeah.
But this is pushed through. I just read today that we have given $1 billion to Oxford University in London, who is working on the vaccines. So a lot of vaccines are going to be tried in hope they get one. Well, now then, I hope somebody gets the thought in their heads that, we may get a vaccine by end of the winter. How are we going to get it out to people? And who are going to get it? That's another huge step. So somebody should already figure that one out. And I don't even think we started on that one yet. I haven't heard how far we are on that one yet. So
I'm glad that's not my problem.
Yeah, these people spend their whole entire life doing this. I still think you should read John Barry's 1918 Spanish flu. It doesn't talk about all the gory things and the people. It lets you know what's happening, but it lets you know how science has evolved to get us to where we are today. Because they go back to about 1850, they really weren't sure. We really weren't medicine at that time. You could go to school without even seeing a person, and they'd give you your doctor. Well, when you got up closer to the 1918 flu, up to that time, they closed down most all those schools. I think 83% of them. So that's really when medicine started. It was that time. It's extremely interesting. If it teaches you nothing else, it teaches you how many people have sacrificed the ultimate to progress us along in the identification of viruses. It's overwhelming if you don't know anything about it. You should read it. I'll have to say, you probably have to read the first 30% of the book. I had to read it twice, and the third time I made notes. It's a lot. It's a lot of information. The latter part of it goes a little bit faster, a little bit like us. I can see us, and this guy wrote this long before the COVID pandemic.
Yeah.
They had the second wave. Oh, yeah, they had the second wave. They killed, 25 million people in the United States with this. This virus just doesn't come around and just get us for a little while and go away. It doesn't go away. It gets 90 to 70% of us having it. We're not there, people. You're not there. So they kind of think that all the places that are opening up now are going to have to be closed because it's going to be horrific. If we think businesses are hurting now, by the end of the winter, we will know what hurt means.
Well, it's really fun to talk to you.
I had rather be warned. Of course, it has big implications on me because I am 39 and 3/8, and I know what my options are, and I know what my liabilities are. So it just concerned me. So, and I have family members that I know if they got this, it would be disastrous. So there's a lot of things going on here. But you're not over it, people. Don't worry to that bar to drink with your buddies because they may not be there in 6 months.
So stay safe.
You need to stay safe. They say you should wash your hands at least 6 to 10 times a day. And if you're worried your hands are getting dried out, what did I tell you to do?
Vaseline.
Get the Vaseline. Or if you want to get the more expensive stuff in a little jar, but you don't want that lotion, that's liquid, you put on and smell good. You don't care what you smell like. You just don't want to die. So wash your hands that many times a day. Use some, alcohol base to get the rest of the germs off. I saw a picture of a guy who sneezed at a table and they had sick people at, and they used the black light to see where the droplets went. That about cured me. I ain't going nowhere to eat. We had a little shower here for one of our employees, and I'm sitting there looking at the table thinking, I wonder what percentage of corona's all over that table. I didn't say it to anybody because they all know I'm a nut anyway, but I did think about that.
I mean, we were safe as can be, but even when you're safe, there's risk.
There's always a risk.
So that's kind of. Here's my thought.
I'm not going.
I touched you. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like at this point we are at quality of life versus safety, right? Like if you stay in your home and you don't ever leave, you're gonna have anxiety, depression, loneliness. All of these things are opening up. So there's a balance, right, of risk versus benefit.
Maybe. The reason I say maybe, Corona doesn't know the viruses. So, no, Corona doesn't know that. He knows only one thing, or she, let's call it a he, that until 70 to 80% of you have it, he's going to keep killing you. So, yeah, if you want to go out, you can go out in the sunshine, put your mask on, go walking. If you can have a small group that you interact with, but you stay in that small group. I've decided Sherri's going to be my small group. I just pray she's doing things that are healthy. Every time she says she has a meeting, I'm praying it's over the Zoom.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I am being pretty safe, actually.
Yeah. But anyway, that's what you need to think about. What's important to you? What's important to your family? What member? What's important to you? But there's things you can do. You can get out and go see the sky and sit and watch the clouds and get out of the house. It means you can't hug everybody. Well, they did show how you can hug. You can put a plastic all over and you can hug all you want.
I did see that.
You see that?
Yeah.
I thought that was kind of cute.
So, Rosemary, what are you thankful for?
I'm thankful for a mom and dad taught me to question things. They thought I was smart enough. My sister was smart enough. We just didn't take anything at first hand. And I am thankful for kids that are keeping me safe.
Mm-hmm.
And I know they care for me, and that means a lot. That means an awful lot to me. And I'm thankful for a husband that really taught me to really care about people. Really care. I guess he's the most caring man that I knew. I mean, any man that can remember a guy from 10 years ago, I hadn't seen him for 10 years, can go up and say, "How's your daughter doing? Did you graduate from college?" He probably knew what he had for breakfast. He got off that elevator, and I says, "Honey, who was that?" "Oh, I'm sorry you didn't know him." I says, "No, I haven't seen him since Adam." "Oh, honey, we used to buy stamps with him 10 years ago down Tempe on Mill." He truly cared. He was a truly caring person. So I've learned a lot from him. I've learned a lot from him. And I appreciate that I have a job during this time and that they're lenient with me. And I'm thankful that I feel wanted and I feel needed and I feel a person. That's getting too heavy for me. Too heavy for me. Tell your friends and come listen to us. I will go into the viruses a little bit more just so I want to make you smarter. I don't want you to just have to take somebody else's. You don't have to just listen to somebody else and believe them. You got a brain. Look things up. Be smart. Because if you're smart, you won't drink the Kool-Aid and die somewhere in the woods. So, did you follow that one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you see my?
I saw your light thing going
Yeah.
on. It's a challenge for her to sit here with me. So, well, thank you for coming on today. I appreciate it. And I hope you come back again.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel and like and comment, right?
Mm-hmm.
That'll help us spread the word. Have a great day.
Bye-bye.